Well, it's live. It's Monday night. Means one thing, gentlemen. The Cold Hard Art Cup Series back in action. Kentucky Speedway in the booth tonight. Got myself. We got Thomas Morris. We got Matt Kingston. Bringing y'all the hot action. We're 4 races away from the beginning of the end. Of the end of the beginning. Gentlemen, are we ready tonight?
I didn't think that loop would ever end.
Yeah, I think it's broken.
Something's broken.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get down and dirty here at Kentucky. Get to the playoffs here with only 4 races remaining. See what we can get done. Looking like the qualifying order is just about set. As surprise, surprise, Matt Peter Short, top of the board.
I was looking at that too, Thomas, but a couple of names to mention that we haven't seen near the front, or a few names to mention actually, they haven't seen near the front in qualifying for a long time here in the Cold Hard Art Cup Series is 12 of Matt Hackathorn, the 63 Mike Stevens, 88 of Rusty Webb, and the 03 of Wade Lear. All nice stout top 10 performances from those guys.
Well, we saw the pace from Rusty Webb last night there, Mr. Wendell. It was above what we've normally seen on these mile and a halfs. I think he went above and beyond. Didn't get the finish I think he was looking for, but still ran well.
Snugger than a hair in a biscuit.
Maybe a guy we expected to run better, although he did match his position in practice, as Paul Ross. Normally pretty stout on these mile and a halfs, Matt, but not great so far.
No, he ran a 76, a 29.76 in practice, qualifying at a 7.5, so he gained a little bit there, but I expect we'll see him probably maybe resurface near the end of this race towards the front 5.
Well, gentlemen, it looks like we got one car left on track right now. It doesn't have a number, so it may or may not be getting scored. But it's a white car with a black hood. Let's see where he places himself.
Oh, would that be Mr. Drew Eisman? Or is there another car?
I don't know. There's no number on it, so I can't really...
Because, you know, that guy wasn't supposed to be here either.
No number on the
told
roof?
Me that, Mr. Drew Eisman was going to take this week off after winning last week.
Although, we'll say this, gentlemen, it's got a little bit of America on the front of it.
America?
Yeah. Well, whoever it is, a little bit of wiggle coming out of 4 there. I think he's just running laps at this point, man.
I got my eyes on the 77 here. He's going to be probably the last driver to take times unless Chuck Sweeting makes his way to the track, because I believe you cannot be scored once the driver's meeting starts. I don't know if Bruce started beforehand or not. Oh, he gets loose up off the corner there, so it doesn't matter either which way. He's going to loop her around to the infield grass.
It's going to be a shotgun on the field start, along with Chuck Sweeting.
Race Clark also. He's did not take a time, so there's only three guys tonight that did not take any times. So they'll round out your field.
I feel like Chuck does that a lot, though.
He likes to test to come up to the back.
I guess he didn't watch last night then.
Well, gentlemen, we have to address a statement in chat right now. We got Eli Bright coming in, talking about Miss Jessica there, the biggest fan of the number 17 car. He says, "I've heard that you were like me when they did this on Twitch, to show up to every race." Eli, she has legitimately been here every single race, on time, never late. Eli. So, you may or may not have been dethroned as the king of the chat. Except, I guess, technically she'd be the queen of the chat. But that's...
Depends who wears the pants in that pants.
That's semantics. In any event, gentlemen, let's talk about these points.
They're kind of
pretty
pointy.
Spicy.
They are indeed.
Pointy spicy, I like that.
We got a whole bunch of guys that have already won races. First through 7th. That's Peter Short, Sam Close, Cameron Rich, Kevin Finn, Paul Ross, Jess Story, and Drew Eisenman. Love that name. They all are essentially locked into the chase. The battle. Gentlemen, I want to talk about this battle. What are we looking at?
I think it's going to be a slobber knocker, Wendell, right there. Because you see 10th through, 16th is even mathematically able to get into the chase right now with Wade Lear sitting back there 32 points back from the bubble spot. But right now, 12th and 13th is separated by 2 points. And 9th is Race Clark and 11th, and that's he's not very, very secure right now either. So those folks have to have real good races here, along with Corey Lindsay. And if you're on the other side of that, Brent Miller, Mike Stevens, Danny D'Almeida, you want those guys to have kind of a bad race so you can gain those points up on them, because everybody's within striking distance there in the top 16.
Well, I will point out, Matt, that gap between 12th and 13th actually doubled from last time we were on the track. It was 0 points coming into Daytona, so it blew out to a massive 2-point gap.
Oof. Huge gaps.
Now, that was a big pickup for Brooks, though, because he was, I believe, in 14th before Daytona, so he made a huge jump on, I believe, that second place finish. So definitely did himself a huge favor there. But 32 points for Wade Lear, not out of the realm, considering how many points we saw Johnny Thomas lose last night in the B Series. I think it was over 20. So it's not it's not impossible to work your way in here. You're just going to have a really good run and hope for some pretty bad luck on some of those guys.
Well,
gentlemen, I think
real quick.
Sorry.
Breaking news. We got Levi in chat coming in, confirming that Mr. Story has stepped away from the vehicle by way of Twitter. Confirming that I guess Mr. Story is no longer going to be with us. So that bumps them all up a little bit.
We'll wait and see. We also heard Drew Eisman was retiring this year too, and there he was winning a race and still here this week. So we'll see if that happens. Maybe he just doesn't like Kentucky.
Yeah, it's possible. After his events from last night's race, he wasn't very impressed about it, but that's racing either which way, and unfortunately, you can't always avoid what's happening.
I mean, looking at, you take out Peter Short, who obviously has been quick all year. Guy like Matt Hackthorne, third quick right now in qualifying. Steal a win here, get himself in the playoffs, change the whole picture at that point.
I do like pictures.
In the top 10. I mean, that could, that's, you knock off top 10 in these 4 races and these other guys have trouble. That's an easy point. You can point your way in on that.
And something we didn't mention too, we're only showing up to 16th in the points, but anybody behind them that has made 70% of the starts, I believe, can win a race and be locked into the playoffs here. So literally, if somebody that you don't see on that list wins and they made 70% of the starts, they're in, and somebody else is on the outside looking in.
Yeah, think of the speed we saw out of Nathan Velez last night, and we know he's just as quick in a Cup car, so that could become a factor if we get a long green flag run here at the end.
Yeah, a little bit of a disappointing qualifying performance from him. I assume he's going to feel that way because he was 4th quick in practice and unfortunately fell down to 12th quick on the speed chart, which is going to put him almost smack dab in the middle of this field. And we've seen last night that you don't want to be anywhere near the middle because chaos happens quite quickly here.
No, not in Kentucky.
But I was trying to watch Thomas and Wendell through practice. I never saw any real trouble spots, just turn 2, which was famous for that here in Kentucky with myself. And I know of quite a few other people, but I haven't seen anybody really get loose off of turn 4 like we did last night. So maybe something interesting to watch for.
I wonder if that's going to come in later in the run with these Cup cars. If they're battling a tight car, it's really going to set up that push loose later in the run because you kind of either have to crank more wheel into it and make it turn, which obviously it's going to burn the tires. And then once it finally turns, it's going to step out on you. Or you're going to have to back out of the throttle and just get ran over off the corner. So we'll see if that comes into play or if it's just one of those things you kind of manage from practice. Hopefully they did some long runs so they know what they've got underneath them.
Yeah, I was looking there at the 63 Mike Stevens, just as a matter of fact, because he was first quick on the board for an extended period of time before we come live. He's been running some long runs here. His times don't look that bad. He ran about 21 laps there in one run, and he only fell off. He fell off quite a bit, but judging by what I've seen in others, it's about the same. So should be interesting to see how this field changes as we get a long run, which we have seen happen a lot here in the Thru-Eyed Racing League lately as we get calamity at the start and fantastic racing come the middle and end.
All right,
especially in the Cup Series.
Something we haven't done in a while. I want to go ahead and do it. Who's our picks for tonight, gentlemen?
Oh, God,
let's jinx the hell out of somebody. Me personally, I feel like this is a solid week for none other than Eric Mickey. I think he's going to sweep the weekend.
Quite a gamble there.
Well, yeah.
It's the man qualified on pole with a steering wheel on his lap.
Yeah. I feel like, last night And last night's experience may transfer into tonight. I think he does what he does best and gets the job done tonight, gentlemen.
I'm gonna say, because it's only like his 4th start in the league this year, I'm gonna say Zelensky gets it done.
I'm digging up a little bit here right now through the lists. I saw Nathan Velez was quick last night in the Nathan Young Designs B-Car Series, and I think he's going to come at the top step of the podium tonight. That 48 car Nathan Velez, I think, we're going to have winners in the winner's circle tonight.
Didn't
And
read
also-
chat, and Levi was like, jinx me in chat.
Oh, we got Eric Mickey in chat. He says, "Damn it, Wendell! Now I have to crash." Well, you could be the exception to the rule, Eric. You could break the jinx. We know you have the talent, the drive. May or may not have the clamps on the wheel proper, but
Those small
it's
hands,
just
it's
how
hard
we
to get
feel.
tight. Should I pick for Trey? I'll pick for Trey. Chuck's waiting. There we go.
Yeah, we knew it was coming.
He done been picked.
And picked his heart away.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead. We're going to see if we can't get cameras on these boys.
Oh, gritting?
They're still hiding in the hollers, I
I
think.
believe
Wendell.
they
Speaking of
are.
Trey Landry, I believe he may have joined the server, folks. We might actually have a full booth.
Oh, it's going to be full tonight.
Standing
Blue
room
Moon,
of
Kentucky.
Well,
Blue Moon, Kentucky. Keep on shining.
all right, well, while we have time before they get rolling, boom, your grid. Peter Short into 33, picking up the pole tonight. Sam Close, riding real close to the 33, sitting to his outside in the 5 car.
Rolling off P3. Matt Hagthorne, as we said, bubble guy looking to try and get himself in here. Well, not really a bubble guy, but looking to get himself in here because he's currently outside the playoffs. And to his outside, my personal jinx, Levi Zelensky, looking to steal a win here.
In the third row, we have the 6th story of Eric Mickey, looking to steal a win from these guys again. And it was outside the 63, Mike Stevens, starting P6.
P7 belongs to none other than Trey's favorite driver, Rusty Webb, with Wade Lear in the 03 starting inside the top 10 this week, P8 for the 03.
A little bit further back than normal qualifying here for Cameron Ridge, but still going to roll off P9, looking to get up there with his teammate Peter Short. And to his outside, Corey Lindsay, looking to keep himself inside the playoffs this week.
Just outside the top 10 here with the 18 of Paul Ross, running a beautiful STP car tonight, I may add. And my pick, the 48 Nathan Velez, starting P12.
Well, 13th belongs to Cody Wright. He's piloting that 38 hot rod tonight with Brooks Westfall, rookie to the Cup Series. He's rolling off P14.
And to, what's this, P15, Nick Miller had a rough season, looking to turn around tonight, see if he can get a good solid top 5 run in. To his outside, Richard Hines, looking to also get a solid run in after took a, I guess we'd say a watered up race car last night and still got a top 10 with it. Or top 11, sorry.
Speaking of wadded up race cars in the first 5 laps, with the 83 of Johnny Thomas starting P17. Hopefully get a better performance tonight. And outside of him, the 89 of Brent Miller in the 18th position.
19th place is going to be Danny D'Almeida in the 1 car. Pretty solid run for him last week. I know he's looking to continue that with Carlos Acosta to his outside.
Rolling off P21, looking to not get crashed tonight, according to his Twitter, Chad Brown. His outside filling in for Kevin Finn once again. So Kevin hopes to be back next week. Jordan Till still filling in this week, rolling off P22.
In the 23rd position, sorry, excuse me. In the 23rd position, the 32 of Jeffrey Acreed was outside. The first guy that did not take any time, Chuck Sweeting in that 26.
The rest of the field is going to be rounded out with Drew Eisenman, Race Clark, and of course, the race admin, David Courtney.
I'm not showing Race Clark on track either, guys. That's going to be something we should watch throughout the race because he's on the bubble.
Interesting.
He is in the server still, so that's weird.
Hopefully he gets her out soon, but the pace car dives into pit road.
Bert hands it over to Peter Short, and Short is gone.
We green boys.
Good start there for Peter Short.
Given lots of room there if they wanted to, looks like most of the field.
Sam Close trying to work that high side.
Bringing Levi with on the outside there, going to leave that white car on the bottom all by himself.
I believe that's Hackathorn. It took me a while to find the number on that car.
Hard, isn't it? Back there where it should be. Eric promised Kurt I'd say his name right. I believe it's Mika. He was so nicely pronounced in a race spot broadcast the other day.
Eric Mackey?
It was like Mika, like the foreign Mickey, I guess. I don't know.
Or as our good friend Brooks Potts calls him, Mick.
Well, he got around Matt Hackathorn and gonna bring Mike Stevens with him as well. Everybody's pretty settled out. Looks like Peter Short's gonna get passed though by Sam Close and new leaderboards.
Peter Short kind of looked like he didn't want to run that fast right now. Kind of gave that up.
Yeah, and Zelensky, Morris, your pick, right on the back bumper of that 5 car.
Set that thing in turn 3.
Sail!
Pay the price though at a turn 4. Sam kind of edges away down the front stretch here.
Peter Short's playing the save the right front game.
We heard him last night. That's something you're gonna have to worry about. And even Chuck in the chat talking about it. So we know Peter's pretty good at that, Trey. So it wouldn't surprise me. In fact, he's gonna have to rubber up a little bit too.
Yeah, this is a real bumpy track, and especially with these guys not having much rubber down from practice, from what I've seen, a little bit, but not much. It's gonna make the tire wear a little bit more amplified, I think, guys.
Still got Peter falling back again. Mickey's getting around him, as well as Mike Stevens trying to take a look. So Stevens no slouch from practice there, trying to show he's still got that pace and race pace here.
Look at tap the Rockies.
It's like Matt Hackathorn and is going to get around Rusty Webb and might open the door for Wade Lear.
Brooks Westphal back here right now in the 12th spot. He's looking real sporty. He's trying to make a pass there in that 17 Boeing machine of Cameron Rich.
The little train of cars there, not really being held up by Wade there yet, but all kind of running together still. As Wade's gonna try and take a look under Rusty Webb here. Maybe if you can get that turn 1.
Paul Ross looking to the inside of Corey Lindsay there. Try to make it stick on that bottom.
Tougher than it looks down there in the bottom groove.
Yeah, Brooks Westphal unfortunately looked like he lost a little bit of forward bite as he dives around into turn 3 there beside Cameron Rich. It's going to be a good little battle between those two shaping up. They were racing pretty close to each other there earlier, so we'll see if he can carry through here. I think Cameron's going to get clear of him, and that might open the door for Cody Wright to move up from that position.
Yeah, but Brooks not afraid to enter that corner low. Well, I don't think it's paying off for him. So we got somebody a little out of shape there.
Rusty
88, Rusty Webb, yeah.
Yeah, I'm noticing the low groove, not exactly the fastest way around through 1 and 2. Kind of the middle is where Sam Close has been running, keeping competition behind him too.
Well, Race Clark has fallen out of the server right now, and I believe he's going to be over 6 laps down, so he is done for the night. That is one of our Chase bubble drivers, guys.
Wow, yeah, that's gonna hurt big time there. Just got himself propped up enough in the playoffs, and now he's already gonna get smacked back down again.
This might translate to a must-win situation for him, unfortunately, but see what happens here in this race, because things are already heating up here in the middle of the pack. We're almost contact between the 41 and the 38 there, and there's a gaggle in front of them.
Yes, there is. You've got teammates, Paul Ross, Corey Lindsay, Cameron Rich trying to get his nose in there.
Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the noses of Boeing's pretty sensitive to contact. So I don't know if that's something he should look out for. As we got the 1 car around on the back straightaway, 64 pilot into him.
Oh, Danny D'Almeida.
The 77 and the 14 involved. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like Danny just got loose up off of turn 2 there, and Chad got collected and completely destroyed.
Oh yeah, hard hit for both the 1 and the 64.
We're gonna watch it off of the hood cam here, the 64. Yep, just nowhere to go.
Look at the 77 and the 14 coming through there. I know it's not possible, but it looks like they got into oil just by the way they were sliding together at the same time.
Yeah, kind of like they locked them up and they just both
Yeah.
slid. 14, yeah, the 14's clobbered.
77's not too bad, actually, but look at that. Actually, never hit anything.
No, he's fine. Yeah, he's gonna get going again. Interesting.
Yeah, it looks like the 77 tried to enter the corner low, just never really got
Oh,
a
he spun out
handle on
again.
it. Yeah, those
Ooh.
tires are screaming.
That's a
Yeah.
Kingston spinner.
That is right on the backstretch.
Wow, that's weird. He's
There's
actually
two
going.
people spinning. The 14 also spun again. Oh, there's contact again, too, guys.
Miller?
9 got into the back of the 14.
Man, what in the world?
The 14 spun up the track, and Nick Miller, I guess, was hoping to hold the brake.
Gentlemen, we have the entire field coming down pit road right now.
Hopefully there's no more excitement. I don't think I can handle it.
Good lord.
There's more action under the caution than the green flag.
Trey comes in with a good lord.
Yeah, I don't think the 9 car is going to be very happy with the 14 after that. That was not good. As Chad Brown has pulled it behind the wall and done for the day, obviously. I believe it needed a motor change in that one.
Oh,
17
looks
is
like
going to win the battle of pit lane.
a little strategery here.
Carlos Acosta did a pit stop as well.
It's like Cameron only took 2.
It's early. Might as well try it now.
Yep, looking at the pit times of the cars, looks like that is confirmed. 17 with right sides only.
The Carlos Acosta there in that 2 took right sides as well. I believe he gained post positions on pit road. He was just outside, I think he was almost outside the top 20 there before that caution.
Uh, 18th is what I was showing before the caution.
Should be moved up to about 11th or 12th now if my maths are right, which is probably not true. So
Well, math is hard.
Yep, I've heard that about maths. I've heard they can be hard.
Ron comes in the chat, says hashtag SmackDown, hashtag Rock Bottom, and then Kevin Finn right after, that's going to cost Avon some dollars.
Yeah, those are like team-related cars, right? 77, 14, they kind of work out of the same shop. It's going to, and the 1. That was kind of an Avon failure there, right? Because that was the 1 and the 14 teammates for real, the same team. So
It's unfortunate for Danny as well. He's had some pretty terrible luck this season. And
yeah, he was only 18 points out of the playoffs, so that's going to be a big hit.
that Race Clark breathed a little bit of a sigh of relief, even though there's a host of other cars waiting to jump on this chance now.
You said Race would be over the 6 laps down. It's not even actually scoring him as any laps down. I don't think it actually scored him starting this race at all.
Oh,
No,
yep,
I'm
showing the same
yeah,
thing.
0 laps turned.
So you won't even get a. I don't even know if they'll give him a provisional. Surely they will, but that would be interesting to find out.
Yeah, hopefully they do give him a provisional for that, because I think there was a computer issue there, guys.
Some sort of issue.
Yeah, looking here, Brent Miller would be in the catbird seat right now to collect points, as long as he can keep her straight and not crumpled up. He's sitting right now in the 19th position. He's only 2 points out and 7 points away from Race Clark.
Yeah, well, they keep wrecking like that. I think he's gonna make up a few more spots. It's like Cameron's gonna take the outside for this restart. Saw that a couple times last night from Eric Mika.
He's got his buddy behind them there too in that 33, so maybe a little bit planned.
Oh, now he's his buddy. On the dirt races, they were rivals, but now they're buddies.
They'll be buddies when the playoff starts. And they might stop sharing some notes.
What was your fuel run? Oh, I don't know, 12 laps?
Numbers?
Don't look now, guys. Create some TNT drama. The 88 and the 83 are side by side right now for this restart.
Ooh.
I wonder if they even remember it from last night.
Well, I'm pretty sure the 83 does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe the 88. He has such a list. It's probably hard to keep up with.
That's a book by now. Paper bound, or sorry,
No.
wire bound.
All right, boys.
All right. Bert's gonna make that hard left turn again.
Bye,
Cameron's
Bert.
gone.
With those 2 tires wasting no time. He wants to get out as far ahead as he can.
Rusty
Can't
Webb
blame
missed
him.
that start by a touch there, but should be able to recuperate his losses.
Levi Zielinski with a
Yeah.
good start there. Pulls
It's
the
like-
inside of Peter Short.
Already, it looked like Peter Short was being cautious there, trying not really diving it in the corner real hard, even on a restart.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm looking at that 2-car, guys, and he is fighting that wheel. It looks
Boy.
evil right now.
We got Peter Short jumping down off the top, straight to the bottom, get underneath the 97. Yeah, split the gap. Split the gap between the 97 and the 6 right there. Pretty solid move for Peter Short.
Try to pull that old crossover, but the 97's like not so fast. Wound up there on the high side.
A little side draft on the front stretch there.
Yeah.
Get a little air, Kurt Busch style on there. Eric's gonna sail it in behind Peter. That makes it really hard for Peter when you get someone who sticks right on your rear bumper and you got someone on your outside, pulls all that air off the car.
Well, the only saving grace for Peter is that it's Mickey behind him, and because they have raced each other cleanly in the past, Mickey probably willing to cut a little bit of extra slack there.
I'm just praying Eric's wheel doesn't come off his desk again, so. Or his gloves come off.
Oh, as Eric looks to make it 3 wide, thinks twice about it.
Yeah, that's
Good
gonna
way
let
Lear
Wade-
run, though.
Yeah.
Mister, where did he come from?
Oh, and turned into the
contact.
wall.
Oh, and the field's coming. Mike Stevens almost into him. That was close.
That
Wreck
was-
behind.
Oh, there they are behind him. Johnny
88,
Thomas.
83 involved too. Those 2 guys came together again.
Wow, that was late after that, too.
Yeah, it looks like Rusty Webb locked up the brakes and just lost her to the right.
Okay.
Peter Short looks like his night's going to be done there too. He's not going to be done, but it's going to be quite
Yeah.
hampered because he has damage on every side of the car.
Looking over the roof cam of the 83, it looks like the 88 was already sideways.
So we can go back and look to see what happened.
They kind of met in the middle, I think, there.
Kind of same thing we saw happen in Atlanta. Peter kind of tried to clear himself up. 97's still there, didn't cut him any slack, and around they went.
Yeah, 88 just hit the brakes and it turned him.
That's a Casey Kane Suarez move. I mean, really, that's kind of what it looked like. Yeah, that 88 was.
Yeah, we
Apparently there's
just
a lot of rear brake in these cars tonight.
came together. And, yeah, I don't know. Can you hire me for next year?
The 88's engine also expired, and I believe he was close to the bubble, was he not? No, that might have been Nathan Young
No.
Design Series.
He was-
But Johnny Thomas, he's a decent little point cushion there, but you still don't lose that many
So did
points.
he last night.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. He has 55 points as it sits right now. That's not getting what's going on in the race, so we'll see how detrimental that's going to be for him.
I don't know. I hate to say it. It's almost a little too early for wrecks like that.
Yeah, it really is, Trey. I do agree with you on that one. It's give and
Yep.
take time, not.
That was a quintessential Kentucky wreck, though.
Well, gentlemen, the good news
That's
is we have about 113 more to figure it out.
You don't?
Woohoo.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, we saw this last night. Okay, this happens. You thin the herd, and then you
Right.
end up with a good product. So,
Yeah.
and if we keep knocking off people who've won races this season, it's gonna make for a better race, right? Because you'll get a new winner.
That's what we've seen at Indianapolis in real life with Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. killing each other.
Well, that's because the whole field was gone.
So hopefully we will see a new runner. And right now, I'm going to point him out. The 03 Wade Lear, I don't believe he came down to get service that time around. So put that guy back, or sorry, up to P3. That's the highest he's been in a long time, I think, in this series.
Drew Heisman 4th. What, he just spun around a minute ago?
Twice.
Yeah, it was. Looks like the top 4 stayed out there.
Put Sam Close back in the top 5 there. Paul Ross right behind him. And quiet
Corey
for Paul
Lindsay.
Ross so far.
Corey Lindsay's up to PA right now. It's not too bad for him. He's just been slowly chipping his way up through the field there. He fell back a bit in the initial start, but seems to be kind of stabilizing now where he needs to be to keep his car inside the playoff points.
So a Jinx update. Okay, well mine's done. How's the rest of them done?
48 still clean.
Mine appears to be sitting P2. And
Okay.
Trey's pick, slowly but surely moving his way through the field, avoiding that
I don't
last
think-
accident.
I don't think Chuck's passed anybody, has he? He's just been riding around watching it happen.
Chuck is,
Yeah, just waiting.
and he's gained 13 positions from it. Oh, by the way, Trey, in case you were unaware, you picked Chuck to win. GG.
Yeah, that's.
A given,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
That's definitely a solid pick by me.
True.
I mean, it's either a win or a flip, so.
Yeah, and this isn't Bristol, so looking pretty solid with your choice there, Trey.
Johnny
Cameron
Thomas.
Rich taking the high side again.
Tell you there, Johnny Thomas trying to get some of his damage still fixed. He just came back down for service there before the pace car came back around. It still looks a little mangled on the front end, but I think if we get Ron Malik out there, he can beat that hood down.
Ooh, Peter Stewart blended before the backstretch.
It's under caution.
Ooh, does it matter?
Ooh, it's
Yes.
under caution.
Oh,
There's no rules under caution. Clearly, look how many times you get wrecked under caution.
I know, right? I don't think it's gonna matter that right in front of his car looks trashed.
Yeah, it took a digger into the wall there.
It's like it was punched in the face by United Airlines.
Oh, wow. Just wow. I bet you next time he'll give up his seat. Well, I'm pretty sure he got a
Oh,
5-figure
God.
payout for that. No, yeah.
Hell.
Probably.
I think something
If
like
that's
that.
the case, I'll just sit there and refuse to give up my seat so I get a whack in the head.
You're Canadian. You don't have rights here in America.
Gentlemen, looks like we're going to go green one more again.
Bert's going to peel her off down to pit lane and hand it back over to Cameron.
All right,
Wasting
he's
no
going.
time.
Gone once again.
No.
Yeah, he is not wasting any time with that at all.
On his teammate didn't get the memo behind him.
Eric Mickey did though, so.
Yep.
Oh, maybe not. That was
So I
a nice
got a
run there, but he might have popped the throttle a little bit too early in that 77.
Definitely overdrove the center there, cost him on exit. Meanwhile,
Wade
we got-
Lear's getting eaten alive.
Yes, Sam Close is eating him up on the outside, trying to bring Paul Ross with him.
Oh, Wade's on that seam. I don't like that. A little bit loose there, kept together though.
Yeah, slightly.
Sam's got those 4 freshies.
There's a 3OG train there right now coming up past Wade Lear.
Choo choo. Yeah, and I think Trey called attention to it. Sam Close in the 5 car. First car on 4 tires, and he looks like he's about to chew these boys up.
You know, he was the winner, I believe, from Auto Club. if I
Oh, trouble! The
remember.
03 gets into the 18. 18's into the wall. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. By the way.
Still
Oh,
pretty big hit, though.
yeah.
Problems.
All right, Rick.
Bring back Lee.
Battle for the lead between Mika and Cameron Rich. Mika makes short work of that 17 car.
And that battle is over.
Better drive away as fast as you can, because that 5 car is already there.
Yeah, he's coming.
I was going to say, the last time we were at Auto Club, which is kind of an old pavement rough like this, Sam Close is pretty good, so I figured he might translate over here to Kentucky with a rough, worn-out surface.
A good surface, you mean, Thomas?
Yeah.
They are similar in shape. Kentucky's a little bit more kicked out there at start-finish line than Auto Club in Michigan, but Still a D-shaped, I would say.
Paul Ross is continuing to fall back to the field after getting that damage.
We got him 2 wide, 3 deep back here, a little further back. From Cody Wright back to what appears to be Nathan Velez. They're going to straighten out a little bit as soon as I say that, naturally.
Well, let's just sit back there watching, I think, and it seems like Carlos got into somebody there.
Yeah, I believe he has gotten into the back of the 03 at least 3 times since they entered the corner.
That was a nice save there by the 03. That could have been trouble going into the corner. It's not usually a place you want to get hit.
No, it's not. Got Sam close getting around Cameron. Gonna set his sights on Eric Mika there.
Hey, Mecca's doing pretty good for no tires that last time around.
Just trying to check in and see how bad Johnny Thomas's car was running. Not too good there.
At least it's still running, not a total loss like last night, Thomas.
Yeah, it looks like he's roughly half a second off of the pace, but...
Of course, it's running better than Peter Shorts, though.
Mike Stevens about bought the farm there off of turn 2. They're saved, but he was pointing straight to the inside wall.
You know, I keep hearing this expression. I'm not even sure where you would look to buy a farm.
I think Thomas Morris knows where you can buy some.
Is there a website for that?
Yeah, it's farmersingles dot something.
It's like farmersonly.com.
Chuck Sweeting trying to go around Nathan Velez. They're not going to get it done that time.
Yeah, nice little battle here. I'm sure if Chuck can't get it completed, I wouldn't be surprised to see him kind of drop back. Right now, it's like he's got it clear-ish.
Les got a nice run up off there. He might be able to go door to door again going into the corner here.
Now they
should be far enough along.
Yeah, there he goes.
That outside line just good enough to keep the left front right on the right rear of the car in front of him. But like you guys said, Chuck going to complete that pass. He's going to move himself up to P12, continually marching forward.
Wow, Mac Tree Supplies there. Mickey, he actually had a quicker last lap than lap before this than Sam Close. So that was pretty interesting on older tires there. Sorry, Mika.
Oh, okay.
I thought Sam would run him down quicker, but he's kind of stabilized behind him there after he got around Cameron Ridge. Heisman looks to be holding his own right now, P4.
Paul Ross trying to claw his way back up here. He's still falling back a little bit. He's not quite on the pace he was as he got that right side shoved in a little bit, but he's not doing too bad. He's kind of stabilizing there with the 26 and the 48 staying in their wake.
And 48 got a good run that time out of 2. Going to take it underneath the Chuck there. Looks like Chuck gave him plenty of room through 3 and 4 to kind of make that pass without really pinching him or anything.
Although it may say error by Chuck's name, he's definitely no rookie here when it comes to the ovals on.
Oh, that was
wow, it was close.
38 41.
The 03 almost got piled into by the 12 there because I think he checked up out of the corner for that.
Man, that was playing with the laws in that code for sure. I hadn't used that one in a while.
It's hard to keep it straight when you're looking both left and right.
That allowed Mike Stevens to catch right up to the back of this secondary field here as he's going to put his sights on that 03 and then the 12 if he can make some work of these guys.
Yeah, 03 seems to have lost a little bit of that pace there. He was in front of the 2 about 10 laps ago, and now he's behind him. Of course, he did get a couple shots from behind.
Yeah, it looks like he's just overdriving the entry of the corner a little bit and is shoving the nose to the center, and he just can't get it off.
Had that same problem.
That's what she said.
Well, I did say it was a tight car, so you definitely don't want to overdrive it. Peter Short's going to go ahead and get lapped here with his very wounded machine.
That's something we don't usually say. Peter Short getting lapped.
To say if that was a Southwest flight, you would probably be bracing for impact at some point.
Thank God for the flotation device.
32-second last lap. 32 seconds, actually 32.1 compared to the field's what,
Carlos.
30.5.
Trouble for Carlos Acosta there. Got it a little sideways down the front stretch. Was able to collect it back, but he's going to lose quite a few spots.
Yeah, you got Velez going around him. Chuck still trying to follow him through to the outside, trying to hold off Paul Ross a little bit.
They might split him here by the looks of this.
Well, if you want to do that, Matt, that's pretty dangerous.
Especially when we all have bees in our car. Nathan Velez still making his forward gain, just as I predicted, moving himself up into the 9th position. He's looking for Mike Stevens to take that 8th spot away.
You've been waiting to say that all night, haven't you?
I have been. Every time I pick somebody there, they end up on the hook in the first 10 laps. So let him milk this puppy till she's done.
Got Chuck trying to hold off Paul still there, running side by side.
Well, Brooks Westphal looks like he's falling off the pace a little bit there. He's letting Carlos Acosta get below him, and Chuck Sweeting's got a nice run as he gets by. Should almost clear. No. Ooh, he overdrove that corner just a touch there.
Just a wee bit. Could have Nick Miller coast pit lane. I believe he's done for the day.
I believe Chuck had a 41 car coming at him really quickly through his front bumper.
A lead change. Sam close to the lead.
A 3 wide back here with a lap car. And they sorted out. Brooks Westphal was looking to split Peter Short in the middle there. Just to pass him.
Guys, we've been seeing it all night long. The 26 able to get up on that high line. And from what I've seen so far, he's been able to work it better than anybody else on track right now.
Well, you know, Chuck, he might be elderly, but he can still work it.
Yeah,
Elderly.
I think he might be playing a little bit of possum there. Just kind of hanging out.
Might get a good run on Paul Ross here because he had a checkup for Carlos Acosta. Nope, actually going to lift for him and let him get sorted out there. Still a long way to go. A lot of pit stops still to make if you stay green. So.
Yeah, Chuck probably one of the smartest iRacers I've come across when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, he won't make himself a hole. If there's a hole present, he'll definitely take it. It's not going to put himself or anybody else around him into any danger to make any moves.
So
which
is
is a rare commodity. Ooh.
Yeah, now there's only going to be so much of it, yeah.
Yeah, you can't sit back there and watch this happen for so long, because I'm sure Chuck's just waiting for a little miscalculation and him end up on the hook.
I agree with that. I think he's like, let me get past this 18 in this 2 car.
And move Chuck Sweeting up to P11. After rolling off the grid tonight in 24th position, gentlemen.
It's like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wade Lear back there. I think he's kind of collected his thoughts now. He's running pretty competitive lap times with the guys in front of him. So maybe he's overdriven it a few times and he's learned from his mistakes. Now he's moving forward with it.
All right, boys. Well, we got a half a second separating the top 3 right now.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought
close battle.
Sam would have driven away once he finally got around Mecca, but he hasn't. And Cameron Rich is right there with him, just all kind of under a blanket, like you said, Wendell.
Well, you know, blanket party had a different meaning back in my day. I'm sure Trey could confirm that.
You can't handle the truth.
Nathan Velez fighting with the 38 right now for 6th position. He looks like he's going to get him here going into turn 1. He's making some pretty good gains there. He saved his tires a little bit, I think.
Yeah, just been smooth and steady so far tonight. We had him in the booth last night. I know it'd be a goal of his to get back in the booth again tonight post race.
I think he's going to be on the top step of that podium tonight.
Chuck Sweeting was able to get around Carlos Acosta, so move Chuck into the top 10.
And there's Another car looking to pass the 38. Not really sure who it is because, again, there's no numbers on the door or the roof. But the white car with the black hood looking to get around the 38 as well.
With a dash of America.
Oh, contact between the 77 and the 48. The 77's going to hit the wall. Stopped it. I don't know if that ooh, we're 3 wide now. Matt Hackathorn going to go for the ride.
There goes that white car.
With the black hood, yeah.
We saw
Yeah,
that same
save
move
there.
between Velez and Corey Lindsay last night, if I'm not mistaken, in turn 3.
Just a little miscalculation on, Velez and Eisenman's part, I think, because I think they both kind of came into each other, but
Yeah, slight
Hey.
disagreement over where the lanes are.
yeah, so that puts Velez in the top 5.
Hackathorn got it saved, though. Didn't hurt anything.
Yeah, he just did a little ride through the grass there.
The gaggle right now, the 63 of Stevens, the 38 of Wright, the 77 of Eisenman, and the forward marching Chuck Sweeting watching it all happen.
77 going to help check the 38 a little bit.
Chuck Sweeting, you know, he's going to sit in there. I need by, boys. Figure it out.
Did Drew say he's pitting?
That's what it sounded like to me, too. Maybe that 77's coming down for service.
When do we go back to green? No, it's too early for that.
He is coming down pit lane. That's 77.
Remember, he has a
yes.
win, so he doesn't have to really worry about the points.
Well, he did stay out those last 2 cautions, so he's been out on the track for a while.
That's
Probably
right.
s-
I kept thinking he pitted that last time.
Nope, scheduled pit stop. He's only made 1 stop tonight. So he
17
needs-
also.
Yeah, these guys need this to cycle around.
Yeah, and
The
that's
17
you're
and
right on it
the 6. Same strategy.
there. Hand the lead over to Corey Lindsay. Sam Close, sorry. Never mind. I got all screwed up there. I've got the Sam
It's gonna
Close
put-
leading.
Gonna put Corey Lindsay up to P3 though.
Yeah, and Lindsay's making his way up. The 6th still on the racetrack as of now, correct?
Yes.
At the moment, yeah. He should
Alright,
be
well,
due for service. Those
have
Mike
to be looking,
Stevens
yeah.
hits the wall.
Yep, and Chuck did make that pass on the 38 with the pitting car, white doors and a black hood. That moves Chuck up to the 6th position.
Got Wade Lear coming to pit lane. With Costa screamed he was coming to pit lane.
Indeed. And Lear gaining a little bit of time on Acosta right there, getting down.
Carlos kind of just tiptoeing it in there.
So the
Who's he,
6th car,
who's he, me coming to pit lane?
yeah, I was going to say. I think the 6th car is the last one on that strategy to come to pit lane. Am I correct on that? I think.
Yep,
Yes.
so
Yeah, it should be.
17. Yep, 17's already down. That's going to be Eric Mickey, the last car out there.
It's not a bad strategy.
No, and as you can see, it never really hurt Mecca that much. He's right in the toe of the 5 of Sam Close. So
Yeah, if anything, it didn't help the 5 as much as we all thought it should. Really, with the fresh tires, you thought he would have driven past these guys and like set sail, but he's kind of just maintained that pace. Or maybe he knew what he needed with his tires. Now, I hope this stays green, because then we'll see the strategy kind of like we saw in Michigan come into play, where people are going to be pitting out of sequence.
I love strategy.
Strategeries?
And none of that stage strategy either.
No, it's no random cautions for something that apparently breaks up a race.
Oh, you can see those new tires coming through the field, though. It's like Chuck Sweeting getting around Mike Stevens there. That should put him in the top 5 for the moment.
Cameron Rich is just flying up through the field with those fresh tires.
Those tires are good for a little bit over a second.
Well, Chuck ran a, 31.3 to Cameron's 30.4. So, yeah, that's a pretty good pickup you can get there.
Now, if you're Eric Mickey, he must have a strategy already hashed out. Otherwise, he would have come down with the 17 and those folks.
I think you're giving Eric too much credit there.
Yeah, I feel like Eric's just going to run it out until he just can't run it anymore. Maybe hoping that Sam Close will come down same time or maybe one lap later.
But as it sits right now, I believe if you cycle out through, the 17 might come back to the lead. because he's going to be on the fresh tires right now, and he's going to be gaining all that time in the leaders. Right now, he ran a 30.3 compared to Sam Close's 31.3, so that's a second, like Trey said.
Yeah, he'll cycle through that cycle of pit stops and see. Sam should, work his way back up once they run through the pit stops again.
It's going to be an interesting little shell game, I think. And Eric Mickey is coming down for service this time at pit road.
Indubitably.
That's a tough pit lane to get onto. It's comes up on a hurry, and then the cones are really early.
Looked like he made pretty good work of it, though.
It's been known to speed a couple times. Hashtag Michigan.
Well, that moves Corey Lindsay in the number 90 car up to P2, Nathan Velez to P3, and then Chuck
Caution is out.
Who we got?
03 away
Wade
leaders
Lear.
backwards on the front stretch.
This might work out well
For Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the golden horseshoe.
Yeah. And
It's like
Wade
a-
Lear, Bunner.
He just lost it.
And just came into the corner and just, I guess it never landed.
No damage, fortunately for him, but that kind of upsets my strategeries.
And the problem with Eric, I believe, though, Trey, is he may have gotten lapped.
He is one lap down right now.
It's going to see what Iris is going to tell him to do.
but
It might give him the wave around.
It appears that he is getting it.
He must have been speeding on pit road.
He's right now.
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work out.
14 gets
'cause
you
it
wave
depends
around.
where you were.
Worst case scenario, though, all these cars in front of him are going to pit, so he'll at least get the
Are
wave
they?
around there. Sam
doesn't have
Close
a-
and Corey Lindsay, yes, they're going to pit.
Sam
But-
Close might look back and say, you know what, I'm going to stay out. Maybe my buddy Corey Lindsay here could.
No.
Like-
Shouldn't Eric get the lucky dog?
The
You should get a wave
14,
around.
14 got the lucky dog.
You have to take a wave around.
Yeah, you have to take the wave around.
The six is going to be
So-
scored at the end of the longest line, correct?
Yeah, roughly.
So,
The only thing that could save Eric is if he had maybe taken 2, but then, he needed the 4 anyway, but if he had taken 2 and beaten the leader out and not got lapped.
Yeah, but he's shown a solid speed tonight, so my pick looking pretty good, at least. That's my wishful
Not
thinking.
sure
We got a
why-
car around on
Cameron,
pit road. I believe it's the 87 of
87.
Hines. Having some
he has some pit problems all the time.
having
He's
some
still trying to get
issues
it in.
down there.
Oh, with Brooks Westfall.
oh, Brooks looks like he just hooked him on pit road.
That's a heavy hit for that 87.
How does that happen?
Good lord.
No words from Trey McLandry on that one.
Just wow, right underneath him, just dumped him in.
He was pitting just right in front of him, but you can't just drive through that guy.
No, not at all. And that's a lot of reason why most leagues run a 3 pit stall rule. Keeps you from diving down low on the guy too early.
And it's nice, too, Wendell, on that note, to keep everybody to the right.
Yes.
Wishful thinking.
Unfortunately, I've never, ever once seen that enforced in any league.
Nope.
That's just
That's
too hard to do, I
impossible.
think, yeah.
Not if you have an active admin.
The minute one moves over, the entire field moves with him.
Then you start black flagging them as they do. Bam, 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 bam.
Then it becomes useless, right? Because if the whole field does it, you're just relining them back up where you black flag them.
Then you black flag them again. You basically black flag them until they stop doing it. And if you're like Morris, you just set up a red key on your keyboard.
Best thing you can do.
Oh, yeah. We have royalty in chat tonight, gentlemen.
Princess Diana?
Yeah, close enough.
I saw her somewhere.
A
Yeah,
princess
she's on Nat
indeed.
Geo.
We got a princess indeed. It's Randall Fawkes.
Oh, it's His Majesty.
His Majesty himself, the bearded legend. Randall, what's up, bud?
Maybe he's here to cheer Chuck on.
I haven't seen old Randall in a while. Stop in more often.
I heard he was down at the old Megalo Mart the other day looking for a tap and die.
Oh,
I was looking for some WD-40 down there, too.
man, keep the tap and die set away. Just, oh god, don't even say that. I hate
Why not?
you.
We'll thread him in there. Yeah.
No!
Oh, I forgot I should have been doing some trivia because
Oh yeah, you're great at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
it worked good. It worked good the last time.
Yeah, how many
Yeah.
tires are on a race car?
Our survey from the fans says that was not needed.
Survey says. Hey, at least I thought of it and didn't steal it from another broadcasting company.
Eric Micko will get the waiver down here.
And
Yay for Micah.
a host of other cars. We're going to reset the field for you. We got Sam Close, Corey Lindsay. That's your front row. We got Velez and Chuck Sweeting, who, according to Fawkes, needs to get his stuff together. We got Mike Stevens, Cody Wright, Matt Hackathorn, Brent Miller, Jeffrey Acree, and Paul Ross. Your new top 10.
Where's
I'm telling
Matt?
you, Wendell.
Where's Matt Hackathon?
I don't know.
He's not
Well, I
being
saw the
scored right now.
name. I saw the name on the list over here. I don't necessarily see where the car is, but
See, I like that paint scheme.
I really do too.
What paint scheme?
This is why we can't have nice things.
No, that's not the reason why we can't have nice things.
I can tell you one thing: the back of the field better get caught up here, or they're gonna get left behind coming to green.
No, they are
Well, where's-
catching up right now.
Well, where's David Cordy when you need him?
I don't know. He's been awful quiet tonight.
Drinking
Maybe he's in there
coffee.
with Bert.
All right, pace
Tighten
cars
it up,
down,
tighten it
gentlemen.
up. Sam
They
Close
gone.
said, "I'm out."
See you.
Yeah, he's in another zip code already.
Oh,
As I said, the back half of the field is in shambles because they getting caught up.
3 wide down the back straightaway.
Johnny Thomas getting eaten alive there.
Indeed.
I know Cameron's on a mission to get to the front here.
I'm still sitting here looking at that Velez character. I think he's going to crack into the lead position before too long. He's great with his tire management as long as we get a long run here. Unfortunately, we have Chuck's pick right behind him in 26, who's also great at long runs. So
So
I'm gonna be
technically,
duking around.
since I picked Chuck, is that my real pick?
No.
that's not how that works, bud.
It will be if I cut the audio that way.
Well,
Clip that part out when we go and replay. We got Chuck there. We got also Cody Wright right on his bumper. Actually looking underneath in turn one.
I'm looking at Cody Wright showing a lot of speed here tonight, which is great to see because he's usually plagued by the bad luck horseshoe, I guess.
The bad luck
Going
bug.
the right way. Come on.
Now the unfortunate way to phrase this, the loser in that whole situation, Eric Mickey, mired back in 14th position right now. Came down pit road as the second place car, rolled out 14th. Devastating. Good news is a little bit more than halfway to go, so got plenty of time to make it up.
Ooh, the 26 might be looking to make a move here in the 48. No, he's just gonna be smart there and wait just in case. See what happens here. But he's got a nice run there. He's probably gonna take her right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
What about
again,
that momentum?
Chuck, a
gonna
pretty
say-
smart guy, waiting for him to make a mistake. I'm going to turn around and capitalize on it. As we can see the focus in the eyes of Chuck Sweeting there. I can't even
You
do
are
it.
stretching it
I
on
can't,
that
I
one,
can't
though,
even
bud.
do it. Whoa, wait till you see it. Hasn't blinked in at least 66 laps. Looking
That's some Vettel focus there.
looking really good. I hear they have automatic eye droppers, so no need to blink.
Is it focus or just the blank stare of emptiness? Because they are virtual characters.
Virtually speaking, yeah. And
I believe
Velez actually lost 2 positions there. One to
He's
Chuck
just mauling
Sweeting and another one to Cody Wright.
He'll be back. This is the first time I had a pick that made it through the first 3 laps, so I'm gonna milk this one all the way.
I mean, he's driving the Raiders car, so he starts out well at the beginning of the race, but by the end of the race, he just sucks.
And it looks like that Raiders car already plagued with a couple of injuries so far.
It might help if he paints some numbers white, I'm just saying.
Right?
Or maybe
Or
a
even
white
gray.
outline on them or something.
Yeah, something. Just make it pop.
And that's your fashion tips by OCR TV.
We got Sam Close out front. He's led 39 laps so far. Corey Lindsey right behind him, 3/10 away. I know both of these guys looking, Corey particularly, looking to get into victory lanes tonight.
I'm looking here right now. The fastest car on track that last lap of the top 5 was the 38, Cody Wright.
I told you he's going the right way.
So he's got the right stuff.
Yeah, he's got the right mindset tonight, looking to turn some heads here.
I quit.
And he's gonna probably leapfrog back past at least Wade Lear tonight, maybe even Danny. Probably won't get to Mike Stevens unless he has more trouble, but solid point stay considering a couple guys in front of him have not had a good day.
And the
A nice
gaggle.
little race shaping up here with the 17 up through to the 48.
Yeah,
Real
the
tightly
gaggle
wound there.
right there, as Matt was saying. We got a
I think-
5-car battle.
I think Paul Ross tried to get around Velez a lap or two ago and just couldn't get it done. Lost a lot of time there. Now, like you said, Matt, we got the pack behind him.
Right in the middle of that pack is Mr. Mika.
Yeah, they keep racing that pack. It's going to allow Eric to catch right up with these guys.
Yeah,
Just
Eric,
looking to make a move.
Eric already back up to P11 now, P10, as he tries to make his way around the 89 of Brent Miller.
Brett waved him on by there and said, "Go on by, bud."
Maybe Mika had a Red Bull under caution, put some wings on his butt. So he's marching forward, back up to P10.
I bet he changed gloves, too.
Paul Ross gonna try to slot himself back up there in the top 5 as he makes the move on Nathan Velez. Put Velez back to P6.
He does complete that pass. Mike Stevens looking to follow in his footsteps. So does
Ooh, Hackathorn sideways off of 2 there. Hacking at it.
That's going to leave the door open for a hungry number 6, who will make that pass on the outside. Move Mickey up to P9.
I'd say he's definitely not saving any tire here. He's just kind of mowing down through the field. As Paul Ross did get around Nathan Velez finally. So 48, not so stout yet, but like you said, Matt, usually comes in the longer they run. So we'll hold you to that.
Don't make me a liar there. No, Nathan.
Knew I should have picked Sam Close. Whew, Chuck using every inch of the track that time off a turn, too.
Right now, Sam Close, as he is the leader, he is the fastest car on track by almost 2/10.
Yeah, ran off 4 to Corey Lindsey's 5 to Chuck 6. Cody Wright 6 as well, so definitely setting the pace.
Cody Wright looks like he's actually catching up to the back of that 26 car, but he's running awful low there, Thomas. I don't know. That might be a little bit detrimental to that right front tire.
Yeah, maybe 3 and 4 it would be better for you because you have a few more bumps down there to make the car turn. But 1 and 2, as they're getting around the lap car there, the 14. 1 and 2, I think we've seen most all night. The middle has been where the guys have been made up all their time. As they are catching Corey Lindsey that lap, pretty good clip that time.
More lap traffic coming back there. The 33 of Peter Short. They have to make short work of him if they don't lose any time.
Yeah, he's not a tough one to pass. That thing's still well off the pace. So we got Paul Ross and Nathan Velez still battling it out back here for 5th.
Mike Stevens going to join that party there now too. He was looking probably the best I've seen him in a long time here with practice speed. So see if wow, that can relate to a good race pace.
Yeah, this is the most consistent I've seen Stevens all year long, really. He's put a whole, like you said, practice together now, put the race together so far. See if he can bring it home with a solid top 10, if not even a top 5.
It's like Velez was able to get around Paul Ross there.
For now.
Now,
Ooh, Mike Stevens got a deadly push coming up there off a turn 2. That's going to allow Cameron Rich to get by him and probably Eric Micka.
Wow, Eric mowed these guys down, didn't he? I guess that battle let him catch right up to him. Tell you what, I was watching, I thought he would maybe make a little bit better progress, but the 77, he was running pretty good before. I believe he had to take the wave around with Eric last time to that round of pit stops, and it did not work out well for him. Still back in 13th, well off the pace of the pack in front of him.
Johnny Thomas actually a decent rebound from his early tribulations. He's 14th right now, being fought to lose that to put him back to 15th. But he had a decent-sized little wreck there at the start of this race.
Yeah, when you kind of get taken out of none of your, it's not your fault. It's kind of got destroyed by Rusty Webb when they tried to miss that wreck, and he's had to recover from that all night. Still running decent laps. 31.5 is nothing to write home about, but at least it's still running. He could be running 32s like Peter.
Exactly, yeah. Bodine got another one.
How many laps down is Peter? Currently 3. At that pace, he could actually run out of laps before this race is over. He could find himself parked.
I don't remember the last time he seen that 33 get a DNF.
Good run from Eric that time, getting around Mike Stevens. It looks like Cameron Rich is also going to try and get around Paul Ross at the same time.
I think he is going to make the pass on the 63. Rich going to make the pass on Ross.
Shell game going on there.
Almost got it. Paul drove back, trying to still stick it on the outside of him there.
He should get a good run up there if the 18 can keep it. Yes, he will.
Yeah,
17 can
17
lose
got
momentum. Wow!
Way out of shape.
That was evil.
Able to gather it up, though. But change the 6 and the 17th positions. They're going to swap it up, see if maybe Micka can make it happen.
Maybe that's a little bit of that push loose we were talking about earlier, boys.
That doesn't occur, apparently, if you ask some people.
Well, I didn't ask him, so.
Yeah.
He
Well,
dick it.
pretty sure that person banned from chat last night.
Well, deservingly, too.
Well,
Eric made that move, but Paul was right there on that bumper.
was moved Micka up to P6.
Cameron's like, that could have been me. Now I'm back here.
Jessica.
Oh my god!
We're going to have to get confirmation from Jessica that that's what he sounds like.
He seems like more of a babe.
All right, well, gentlemen, we have a chance to do it, so we're going to do it. We're going to run them through the
You just want
field.
caution
Here
to
comes
come
the
out,
caution
don't
coming out. Yeah.
Here it comes. We got Sam close. He's set sail on the field. Nobody close to him. Has led 56 laps so far. Going to be unmatched with that. He's rolled off the grid P2, picked up the lead from Eric Micka, and has been out front ever since. He's looking to get his butt back in victory lane.
Well, he's looking to win the race. But the man running P2 would surely love to win the race also. That's Corey Lindsay, only 11 points ahead of the playoff bubble right now, coming into Kentucky. Luckily, some of the guys behind him have found trouble tonight, so he's looking to extend that lead, but he surely would love to get around his teammate for a win.
At third position, it's going to be Trey Landry's pick. Chuck Sweeting, he's looking to break through the victory lane again here in the Cold Hard Air Cup Series. He's running some pretty nice lap times there. And I do believe he has the smarts to get her done here tonight.
Running fourth, Matt's pick. In that 48, Nathan Velez running some Very fast lap times right now. One of the fastest cars on track started 12th, currently running 4th.
Right behind him, early in the run, the fastest car on the track, slowing down the further they go as he gets a little out of shape out of 2 there. The 38 of Cody Wright, under attack from Eric Mickey. But solid night so far for him, showing a lot of speed. Has run into some bad luck over the last couple of races, but looking to maybe take home the top 5 here tonight.
Speaking of top 5s, move the man into the top 5. Eric Mickey storming back through the field. Got caught off guard with the caution in the last round of pit stops, but I think this race stays green or we get maybe a late race yellow. Do not count that 6 car out for sweeping the week here in Kentucky.
Just made the move up there to P7. Cameron Rich in that 17 Boeing machine. Haven't seen him up near the front all night long, except for the middle section there when he stayed out on pit strategy. However, I do believe he'll climb his way back up there and contend for the win, as he does pretty much each and every week.
Man, running 8th, that 63 of Mike Stevens. Been battling that 17 car all night long. Just been hanging around the top 10 all night long. Clean race for him so far. Put Mike Stevens in 8th.
Well, P9 belongs to a numberless car. You can tell on the screen his name's Matt Hackathorn, though. White doors, white roof, black hood. Has been up and down all night tonight, but having a pretty solid run here in the late goings of the race. He's looking to move his way as far forward as possible.
Right behind him, it's Paul Ross, who had a solid run going on earlier in the race, but found himself in the wall. No fault of his own. Still been trying to rebound from that. Still running solidly in the top. Well, running in the top 10 and 10th right now, but looking to move forward and run up there with his 3OG teammates who are currently 1-2.
One of the bubble drivers here, P11, the 41 of Brooks Westphal, trying to keep that 89 of Brent Miller behind him, because that's who he is battling for the last chase spot, or sorry, playoff spot so far this season. Great run by him and keeping his nose fairly clean, except for on pit road.
And looks like we got green flag pit stops underway, as I think Carlos Acosta said he's going to come down pit road.
And Drew Eisenman also down pit lane.
And that is going to essentially negate the rest of through the field. Because that's going to change.
Yeah, we should. That window should be opening again for everyone else to cycle through.
Oh, great. Apparently, the broadcast booth has a G-Force game-ready driver that is available. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're
mine was
totally
ready-
not downloading
Mine was
that.
ready earlier.
Yeah, we don't download those.
No, last time I did that, I had to reset everything. So
Mm-hmm.
thanks, NVIDIA.
I'll get that notification, and I'll wait about a week or two, then I'll download
Well,
it.
then another one will come out by then.
Exactly. A fix for the fix of the fix that they had to fix for the fix.
I'm assuming a game came out today or something. That's why a patch came out.
Koska has servicing done. He's off pit lane. See here, Cameron Rich, I believe, is signaling he's becoming down this time, which he is. The 17 down for service. He's going to run to the 7th position, back to Mike Stevens.
Now, gentlemen, if you're Eric Mickey, do you stay out as long as you can again, or do you go ahead and try to make your stop early to avoid restarting 15th?
Well, the fuel window is still kind of open, isn't it?
I was going to say, what's the question on fuel? Can you push it far enough to make it? As the
Well,
six
We're not going to find out. He's coming down right now, along with Corey Lindsay in the 90 car.
I think
And
they're,
Sam
they're
Close
forcing
as well.
the hand.
Yep, same.
Like, you have to pit because you're going to be so much slower.
Chuck Sweeting, the guy I think has the fuel number in his mind right now, sitting there on that the point of the field. Maybe he's just waiting until he knows he's safe.
Another man, too, right behind him. Whoa, 26 pitting. But I said Nathan Velez right there behind him as well, Matt.
I'm gonna say we are inside the pit window now. Sorry.
You know, you're in it or you're just not far enough to matter. So
Chuck able to get it wound up. Nathan Belez going to gain a lot of
That's-
time on him.
Yeah, he did.
Be good for that 48 car. Honestly, get in and out of his box cleanly.
I
That's
don't
gonna
know
be
if that's going
close.
to be legal. I saw 67 coming in.
We'll see how it goes. That moves Cody Wright, the 38, up to the lead, tentatively.
He
Oh,
misses
and the
pit
40.
box.
Oh,
This
and
is
he-
pit
yeah.
stall.
All that
We'll
time
see.
gained is now lost.
Should see around a 13 to a 14-second stop here.
17.
And he's being held.
Oh, he's
Yep.
being held. Yep. You called it, Thomas. Speeding.
Devastating for the
There.
48 of Nathan Velez.
Good job, Matt. Jinxing another one.
Yeah.
You know,
Look at
it,
it right now. Cody right in that 38.
gentlemen, it's one of those things. If you're gonna make that mistake, you want to do it early, not on lap 98 of 130.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to make up. Well, you saw it there. He made up probably, a second coming in. But now he's going to lose over 15 seconds. So sometimes it's not worth that gamble.
Unfortunately, that's pretty much going to end his bid for the lead. Unless we have a
Bid for a top 10, probably.
Yeah. And Sam Close out there in fresh tires just blows the doors off of Cody Wright.
Indeed, and if I'm not mistaken, that's going to put Cody right on pit road this time by.
Wow, that's got. I know they're not cycled back to the second place or what would be second place, but Eric Mickey already blowing by Corey Lindsey here. He's just mowed through this field through this round of green flag stops.
Yeah, he's got quite the distance to go to catch the leader. But first, he's got to catch and get around Chuck Sweeting in the 26. If he can do that, he's got to make up an equal distance to the 5 of Sam Close. And I don't know, man. Close has been pretty damn good tonight.
I think this is where we're going to see the battle. I think Chuck and Eric are going to bring the pressure to Sam.
Yeah. You know, talking about bad green flag pit stops, Corey Lindsey lost 2 spots in that exchange. He was ahead of Chuck and Eric both, but they're currently in front of him after that exchange. So once this cycles around, you're going to have Sam Close, Chuck Sweeting, and Eric Mickey, your top 3.
And Corey Lindsey now has a back bumper full of Cameron Rich and a Boeing 17 car.
Well, you want to know why, Trey? Because his inlet was a 101.8 to Eric's 1:07 to Chuck Sweeting's 58.16. So that's a huge pickup coming into pits.
We got George Gibbs joining us in chat. He says, "What's up, guys? What's up, George? Glad to see you could join us.
Now, if I'm not
Hope you
mistaken,
enjoying the broadcast.
if I'm not mistaken, Trey, that's George in chat 2 nights in a row.
Whew, that's a new record. Get that man a cookie
Welcome back, George.
Ooh,
or a shot, whatever we give out here around here.
But we need to check IDs
Please.
first.
I think it's tequila and tonic, isn't it, Trey?
ugh,
To kill you.
To kill you.
good lord.
To kill you.
On the receiving end of that a few times. Not a good time.
Hashtag Richmond 2014.
Boy.
So we do cycle back around. Sam Close is your leader. Chuck Sweeting about 2.7 seconds back. Eric Micka, solid 4 seconds back. So he's got his work cut out for him.
We just saw
Moving the
there.
Carhartt machine on and off pit road.
We just saw there the 90 of Lindsey way out of shape coming out of 2. That allowed Cameron Rich to get by him with little resistance.
Might need some new Pumas after that one.
I'd probably
Pumas, it
I'd
might
probably
need-
just go ahead and change brands.
Might need some new Pampers after that one.
Oh.
Doo-doo.
Well, the gap is closing, however, very slowly between Chuck Sweeting and Sam Close. It might happen, though. I've seen crazier things. And also, Sam just battled some lap traffic in an inopportune spot there, so we should lose a little bit more time to Chuck. Never mind.
Wishful thinking.
Michael Sheets comes in there, says Richmond is my home track. Well, it's a great facility. I think we all enjoyed our time there.
Yeah, we had a good time in Powhatan.
It's Paul Watton.
Oh, God.
The event was great. The race was terrible, but that wasn't
Good
their
winner,
fault.
though.
But apparently a guy climbed out on a fence or something.
And everybody back home thought it was me. It was a great time.
Good stuff.
Everybody knows this is Munger.
Well, we would have sent Corey over the fence, but he could go under it. So.
He was doing some backflips there. He probably could have backflipped up on top of her, just like Carl Edwards.
Yeah, that was for later on.
Until he got essentially powerbombed by a guy that ended up robbing him a few years later. Sorry, not sorry.
Wow.
Boom!
And
In any
there
event-
goes
running.
In any
our
event,
life.
we got Eric Mickey catching up to the back of Chuck Sweeting, who is slowly catching up to the back of Sam Close.
Matt Hackathorn here. I'm just going through the field.
Who?
Right now, Peace. That white car there with the black hood. Anyway, Matt Hackathorn right now sitting P7, which is a real good run for him right now. He's had some terrible luck also, along with quite a few other guys in this field, but he's putting together a pretty stout run here tonight, along with Mike Stevens, who's sitting right now P6.
And he almost put together bumpers with that 14 car. Catching lap cars at the wrong time, it was something I was really good at.
14's only one lap away from getting parked, so not going to cost anything really. Can't fall any further back. I believe Peter Short just headed to pit lane as well, so keep an eye and make sure Peter doesn't go too many laps down there, because he's already off of pit lane. So who wants the debris caution with about 10 to go?
I do.
I'll just dial up Sean Sadler here. I'm sure he can manage that.
We got George and he's plugging us, man. He says, don't forget to hit that like button. I would add to that, George, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well.
Yeah, man, we got George, probably one of our biggest proponents in chat. Thank you, George. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, Eli, step your game up.
Oh, Eli's already gone to bed, man.
Yeah, he's
He's got like pre-calculus or something.
Actually, he said that school starts, I think, next week? Next week or the
where
week
are they
after? Midwest
Kids have
somewhere.
already been back in school for a week.
Well, it's Georgia. You know, they need that extra school.
Seriously?
Extra schooling doesn't help them.
No, it doesn't.
They get to see that eclipse, though.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, back up to the top three. We got Eric Mickey, who is almost a half a second away from Chuck Sweeting. But that gap between Chuck Sweeting and Sam Close not closing as fast. Chuck about 2.5 back from him. I don't know. It is closing, though.
Not much, though. Not enough. I think the gap that Eric's going to close, I think he can close the gap faster than Chuck if he can ever get around Chuck.
Welcome back in chat here, guys. George Gibbs says he calls college games for Chattahoochee Tech. That just reminds me of Alan Jackson.
Of course
I
it
like
does,
this.
man. You know, and it's actually a legitimate river, as Morris is familiar with.
Is it a lot about living and a little bit of love?
Well, it definitely gets muddy when it rains heavy.
Yes, it does. Of course, so do a lot of things.
Chattahoochee also merges into the Ogeechee, which runs into the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, I could drive a little bit down the road and I could touch the Atlantic Ocean there, but
Yeah,
So
you're
can
up.
I can spit in the Savannah River, which will at one point end up in the Atlantic Ocean. So there you go.
Very true.
So
Spit
Michael,
better not touch me.
so we got Michael Sheetson fan. He says, "What is everyone's favorite driver?" I've been a junior fan since forever. I don't blame you, Michael. I like Bubba Wallace Jr. myself, man. He's a pretty good guy. It's nice that he won that race the other day.
He is a nice guy, though.
I mean, he's
Bubba's awesome.
I mean, he's the only junior that's won a race in a while.
10 years?
10
A year.
years, yeah. Oh, my head hurts.
I don't really keep up with it anymore, to be honest with you. Hell, I couldn't tell you who won last week.
Yeah, Wendell
you
used
can.
to love Denny Hamlin, so
Not junior.
We
It's
do
a
the
shame
little
the crew chief won't be there this week. Though.
we do the little fantasy pick, and I just kind of pick a random name, hoping that Mickey's going to tell me if I pick somebody that doesn't race anymore. But
yeah, he's still picking Dick Trickle up here.
who did
Reed
win the
Sorensen.
Cup race last week?
Larson and Chip Ganassi tried to rip
And
the
guess
head
who
off
I
Chad Johnson.
chose?
Keselowski.
No, I chose Kyle Larson. I'm pretty sure.
That's right down there at 18th in points.
Ah, you missed that restart there, Wendell. That was awesome.
That was all you had to do was tune in for that.
That race sucked. Unlike this one, though, this is a fantastic race with a lot of racing early on now with the pit strategy cycling out, coming to a little bit of a lull, but Chuck Sweeting is gaining much faster than he was before
Down to
on this live
1.8
track.
now.
Yeah, now, with that being said, though, Eric is no longer gaining on Chuck.
No, looks like he hit that cliff, didn't he?
Well,
Little hands gave up there.
Chuck
Oh, to finish
running-
that out, I believe Dale Jr. is also one of Matt's favorite drivers, along with Horseface Keselowski.
I didn't mind Junior there. I just kind of jumped ship when Keselowski came to Penske. So now with Ryan Blaney and Brad Keselowski.
Oh, see,
I don't
we,
really care anymore. Johnson, I guess. I don't know.
we got George Gibbs in chat. He's in and around your neck of the woods there, Thomas.
Everybody is.
Well, everybody that's somebody anyway.
Okay, no, I am not that close to Marietta.
You're closer
an
than we are.
hour-ish. You're probably not that far from it.
No, I'm 4.5 hours from Atlanta.
With traffic, it'd take me that long.
I'm quite a while from Atlanta, so I don't know where that is.
Me too.
Trust me, it's not on the tourist destinations. That's
I like
nice.
those
Another
Savannah.
Georgian, though. Got a few Georgians we've met throughout the time there, Wendell.
Yeah, but Wendell's in the good part of Georgia there, Savannah, the East Coast there.
Ooh,
Wow,
Chuck
Chuck.
almost got into, was that Brett Miller?
I just closed my eyes there. I was waiting for the contact.
Wow, that already cost him a buttload of time.
He's going to be gained for the getting back up to the lead. He's going to be pretty well dead now unless Sam Close has some problems.
Well, if he's going to have problems, he needs to have them within the next 14 because we got 14 to go, gentlemen.
Drew Eisenman just saw this out of the corner of my eye, guys, down pit road.
Off and on, not sure what that was about. Not the night he was looking for.
Couple of
Tires.
battles on track closing up. We got Mickey closing up on the back bumper of Chuck Sweeting. We got Matt Hackathorn, Cody Wright, and Mike Stevens all within a few seconds of you. Up 1 second of each other, yeah. Mere inches, folks. The excitement is hotting up.
This was the kind of night that Mike Stevens and Corey Lindsey needed to have because Lindsey was only 11 points ahead of the playoff cutoff. That's enough rocking him up. And Mike Stevens might actually be right on the coattails of Brooks Westphal there and when this race is done if they can hold their positions.
I'd love for it to go back to 0 again. That'd be pretty good. I mean, there's 2 points. This is too big of a gap.
Oh, cool. Mika about got into it there with the 89 of Brent Miller.
I'm not sure what the trouble is. I know Brett pointed Chuck by that a couple laps ago. They still almost made contact. Kind of a odd coming together there.
I guess
Back out to 2.8 seconds for
I guess
close.
one of those situations where the 89 might be scared that somebody behind him's going to catch him, or
I mean, he's letting them go. I think that it's maybe it's getting so late in the run with these tires, they're kind of catching him in the wrong spot. Because 89's not actually damaged, so it's, he has to roll out of the gas pretty good for you. Unlike the 33 and the others who are just down 4 cylinders. Or my typical race pace. Hey-oh!
Oh, Johnny Thomas is actually within a half a straightaway right now of Brent Miller, and Brent needs to keep that position so he can minimize the point fallout with Brooks Westphal being right now 1 spot in front of him.
And he
Well,
ran
that-
about 3/10 quicker that lap.
that actually explains it then. He's willing to let him go, but he doesn't want him to take forever. The
Johnny
gap.
Thomas is trying to hold off Richard Hines too. Sorry, the window is. So that's a battle for points.
Indeed, and Hines in the damaged 87 racing the damaged 83 of Johnny Thomas. Well, we got demolition derby cars back here in the back. We got Eric Mika and Chuck Sweeting up front. Sam Close has reopened the gap to Chuck Sweeting, 2.8 seconds in front of him.
Definitely managing the gap now.
Speaking of gaps, I'm going to be watching this because Richard Hines just sailed that puppy in there. And Brent Miller is dropping back quite substantially right now to that 83 and 87, and he does not want to lose either of those positions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
watching
well off
yeah,
the
wa-
pace.
yeah, watching these three guys is like watching an Amish drag race.
Or Scott Higgins when you need him.
I believe he's working the tree.
I think he was still looking for that remote somebody sat on.
That got sucked up into the black hole.
It'd be hard to tell where it went.
Johnny Thomas going to probably make his way by along with Richard Hines, and it's going to open up the point deficit for Brent Miller even more. And unfortunately, he was having a halfway decent run tonight. I guess the car just kind of went south on him, and he couldn't keep up with the handling issues that he was having.
Well, that's assuming that the 83 and the 87 don't essentially wreck each other. Those damaged cars all over the place. So I know they're a handful for those guys.
Now they're side by side here, so we're going to see how this works out going up into turn 3.
Especially this late in the run. You know, the tires are about shot, so the car's handling rough as it is, and you've got big gaping holes in the sheet metal. More than usual in those Camrys.
Yeah. Johnny Thomas looking to see if he can get low on Brent Miller. Not that time. And folks, if you're wondering why we're calling a lap down race, there's nothing else going on the track at this time. And also, this is an interesting points battle between Brent Miller and Brooks Westphal, because you know that 89 wants to keep that position to minimize, as I said before, his point loss.
And let's be honest, they'll probably end up wrecking each other.
Well, we'll see. We're 5 to go. It's coming down to the wire, gentlemen.
I guess you can still call it a point loss, Matt, but he should probably leapfrog back by Race Clark to get back into playoffs. This is going to be a matter of by how many points he gets in.
I forgot about Race Clark.
Because Race is going to get a provisional at best.
All right, well, Johnny Thomas is able to make that pass. Now Hines is working on the 89.
Brent's not going to lay down for it, but unfortunately, Hines got a good run off the corner, and Cameron Rich there right now running P4 looking to make his way by this lap brigade of racing.
We're going to go back up here to the battle for second. That gap has maintained for the last 3 laps. Eric Mickey / Mika. He's 3
trying to hot up.
Yeah, he's trying. 3/10 away from Chuck. Not able to gain on him, but we're hoping to see some hot action. We'll come back. This the race. This the race on track right now.
Richard Hines and Brent Miller. Comes Cameron Rich. Like I said, Matt trying to get through these guys.
He's going to have a little bit of a tougher time getting through them. The other guys in front of him did, I believe, Thomas. And looks like Chuck has expanded the lead just a little bit more.
Yeah, did he just doubled that gap to Mika?
Yeah, gaps are not lead.
Well, lead on third.
Yeah. We are 2 to go. Going to be white flag at the line.
Sam Close looks like he has her in hand for right now. Got to keep her steady and not make any mistakes.
That's right. It's his race to lose.
Yeah, that's going to put him dead even with Peter Short. 3 wins on the season.
And that is white flag lap. Sam Close, 3/4 of the way around the track from another win. Looks like all the other battles on track have leveled out.
Yeah, Eric's lost a lot of time to Chuck the past couple laps, so it's going to be podiums for those fellas.
I think he burned his stuff up, but Sam Close going to bring it down. He's going to be your winner tonight at Kentucky.
Not even close.
Sam ran a real good race all race long. Led the most laps tonight. Even led the halfway point, so I think it's some extra bonus points that he won't need because he's locked into the chase with 3 wins, but definitely good drive by Sam to keep that 6 car and the 26. Also, a lot of talent behind him where they are behind him.
Indeed. Well, Chuck Sweeting going to cross the line second. Mickey third. Cameron Rich 4th. Corey Lindsay 5th. Cody Wright 6th. Hackathorn 7th. Stevens 8th. Paul Ross 9th. And Nathan Velez rounding out your top 10.
We had 98 of those jokers. Whew. It's a beatdown.
As Close gonna come down here, try to do
Onto the
some
grass?
donuts.
Not our Kentucky bluegrass.
Got a Kentucky 31 fescue mix out here in the front.
They moved on to K32 by now.
Maybe.
I mean, anyone worth their salt would be. Yeah, that was impressive. Like I said, redeemed myself from a bad fantasy pick, but you know, Sam pretty much did the same thing at Auto Club, so it wasn't really a huge surprise tonight.
Oh, but he is bending the nose in there, guys. I think he has a
Oh,
legal
boy.
car.
Well, I mean,
He's
he
got one of
didn't
them Jimmy
larceny
Johnson
it,
cars.
so-
We're gonna watch him burn his tires off.
Tyrese.
Gentlemen, I think it's about time we make the hop. And it's a short hop, a skip and a jump, right on over to TeamSpeak. Get this other thing underway.
That's a pretty big hop. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just a couple clicks, you know.
I mean, you know, my back's kind of tweaked now. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm winded. I think it's. I need to file a claim here.
A claim? Who do you think you're working for?
I was told something with good benefits. Clearly, that's a lie.
All right, guys, I'll get this party. But Eric Mika qualified 5th, finished 3rd. Eric, you kind of got caught on pit road during green flag pit stops. I imagine it kind of messed up your strategy just a little bit. But other than that, great rebound, finishing 3rd. Tell us about your race tonight, bud.
God, that race was wears you out after going that long green flag run and driving that hard, trying to make up for that. Yeah, Sam knew exactly what he was doing when that caution flew, getting around the track as quick as possible. I just wasn't able to finish my stop and get back out, and there really wasn't any advantage to just skipping the stop and staying out on track anyway. So I just took the hit there and hoped that I could get a caution or two to help me gain some spots. But overall, I mean, Sam drove a good race. He deserves that win, and it was a lot of fun battling with Chuck. It was just kind of a battle of who could hit their marks and change up their lines from lap to lap. It was fun.
Now, Eric, we notice you're still a non-charter here in the Cup Series. Are you going to make that leap to a full-time ride, or just still kind of filling it out and not sure if you're going to be able to make the rest of the races this season?
Yeah, it's mostly that. Not sure if I'm going to be able to do back-to-back nights, and with my work schedule and everything, I don't know. For the time being, I plan on showing up as much as I can, so I don't know, maybe I'll go ahead and purchase that charter before the year's out, but at this point, may as well wait till next year.
Now, Eric, how important were tires tonight? Because we know Kentucky's a rough surface, rough track. Did you find the tires were wearing out really easily? And what was kind of like the fall off point, I guess, what I was looking for between decent and then just out to lunch?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I mean, it's hard to tell what Sam was doing for the whole race, but there was one time he pit myself and I think the 17 stayed out, and we had, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 laps, maybe a few more than that on the tires, and I really felt like that was what was keeping me from being able to really stay on Sam's bumper up until we had to pit. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe 7-8 laps was pretty much the difference maker, because earlier in the race we had about 4 or 5 laps on the tires, had a caution, I stayed out, and I was able to pretty much run with everybody else. So it was just that few extra laps that was the problem there. But yeah, you could definitely, it wasn't as much fall off as I thought there would have been, but it was probably about a second a lap, and if you were really off, probably more like 1.3 to 1.5 a lap you were giving up towards the end of the run if somebody else short pit on you. So that was a head game I think all of us were playing. How much do you want to short pit, but how much do you want to make sure that you don't have to make an extra pit stop from short pitting all night?
All right, Eric. Great race as usual, man. Solid podium finish tonight. Give us those shout outs, bud.
Well, since you were nice tonight, I want to give a shout out to you guys for your so professional broadcasting of our events.
Why are you talking? Why are you cursing us, man?
That's because he hasn't seen the recap yet.
That's just right.
That's right, Mika.
I watch the videos after they're posted when I do well. Anyway, it was yeah, it's always good to have you guys there, and especially Wednesday nights with the Ferrari thing. And then again, shout out to David Cordy for admitting tonight. The Corey Lindsay for putting everything together, and everybody else who has a hand in it. It was another fun night.
All right, Eric. We'll see you on track again soon.
All right, thanks.
All right, I got him. He started shotgun on the field, 24th place, slowly worked his way up all race. I think he was kind of he kind of benefited on that caution that caught Eric. He stayed out a little bit longer, stretched it, ended up with good track position, was able to bring it home second, became oh so close, but came up just a little bit short from picking up the win. But Chuck, tell us about your race tonight, bud.
Hey guys, yeah, it was a fun race coming from the back. Setup was really good. I don't know what Sam was doing, but he was just better than me the whole race, and kind of killed the right front trying to run him down, and just never could get there to him. So he kept that 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds ahead of me, and so congrats to him on the win. And Eric did a heck of a job coming from Lucky Dog at the back of the pack to up to third. I was watching him in the mirror the whole time too. But it was a fun race, nice clean race, no damage, nothing.
Now, Chuck, how hard was it to manage that right front tire tonight? We heard talk last night that the Cup set was going to be a little tighter than what most people were anticipating. So was it the challenge all night to go fast, but then also try and save that right front?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it didn't. The tire wear was kind of weird. The run that we had green flag stops on, I think I had 84 on the right front and 81 wear on the right rear. So it was wearing the right rear more, although it was still tight on entry and center. So I guess, I don't know, maybe these cars just need to have more than 5% wear on the right rear over the right front. I don't know. It felt tight, but the tire wear didn't show it being tight, so it's kind of strange. But I liked the set. It was pretty good.
Now, Chuck, what was your strategy there? We saw you started from behind and started working your way up. When you started getting closer and closer to the front, did you think you had a shot at catching that 5 of Sam close? Because we saw all night long he seemed to be one of the fastest cars on track, which showed why he was in the lead. But when you started getting closer there near the end, did you think you could break that gap of, I think it was 2 seconds or better, and contend for that win at the end of her?
I never really thought I could until the last run after those green flag stops, and I took it easy for about 10 laps or so, and then I started getting aggressive and going after it, and I was able to gain on him a little bit, and I was lapping someone, I'm not sure who it was, and they told me they were going to let me go, and then exit of 2, they were still there, and I kind of had to slam on the brakes, and it really hurt that right front, and they didn't do anything wrong, it's just I wouldn't expect them to still be there. So after that, all I could do was maintain. So I don't know, if I could have got closer to him, maybe I could have pressured him a little bit, but I don't know, he drove a great race, so I'll be all right with second.
All right, Chuck. Well, no doubt, solid run as usual. And you're familiar with us. You know what to do, man. Give us those shout-outs, bud.
Yeah, thanks to Corey and everybody at the league for putting this on. Thanks to my team, Randall Fox Racing, and I Take Computers and Services and Fast Track Sims. And thank you guys for always putting on such a great broadcast.
All right, Chuck. Well, we look forward to seeing you on track next time, man. Congrats again tonight, bringing it home second.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
All right, guys, I got him. He started second, but he finished first. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. He led 7,734 laps tonight. Put an ass whooping on the field. Nobody could come close to that number 5 car. Your winner tonight, Mr. Sam Close. Tell us about your race, bud.
That was tough, man. That was tough. It was a fun race. I got in a rhythm, but it was a weird combination of trying to save tires, but I really couldn't save tires because I got Chuck and Eric back there kind of eating in. So the last run, I took it easy for a little bit, and I was like, well, they're coming, so I got to go. And I guess I saved enough to be able to be able to maintain a gap, and just tried to stay safe and bring it home. But that was a blast, man. That was a good time, and I love hearing you say that to me. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That feels pretty damn good.
See, he appreciates it, Trey, unlike certain Eric Mika, who doesn't like our
Right.
winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now, Sam, I noticed, I brought up in the broadcast, you also won, I believe, Auto Club, which was an older pavement like Kentucky here. Seems like that might be more of your forte, as you also did very well at Iowa. I believe you won there as well. So is that maybe where you've kind of brought your wheelhouse to? You can kind of figure these cars out over a long run on these older, kind of slicker tracks, maybe?
I do. I like a slick track the best. I mean, the car was tight. I had so much rear brake in it, I couldn't even do burnouts properly at the end because, you only got so much adjustment there. So it was figuring out the braking into the corner and using that to get the car to turn, and then using the throttle to get it to turn out. And it was a pretty fine line that you had to walk through there. I saved a little bit, but honestly, there wasn't much saving I could do. Like I said, with Chuck back there, so it was pretty much just balls to the walls. But yeah, the slicker, older tracks definitely seem to suit me a little bit better.
Yeah, Sam, with the playoffs coming ever closer, what tracks are you kind of looking at coming into postseason? Tracks where you think you can get the advantage on over these guys and take home a couple more wins and maybe another championship?
Well, really, I'm trying to get into playoff mode a little bit. Make sure I'm being extra focused and getting used to running hard and fast. There's not any particular track that I really want to see. But I was good at Homestead last year, and I almost won that if it hadn't been for the tires, and I was trying to win a championship. So I stayed out to edge Cam for the championship last year, and other than that, I ran really well there the entire race. So if I can make it there, I think we'll have a really good shot at bringing another one home.
All right, Sam. Well, congratulations again on another win this season. Solid race. Put a paddling on the field. We look forward to the playoffs and seeing what you can do. But before we let you go, give us those shout-outs, man.
Oh, yeah. 3 Wide Racing, Cold Hard Art. This stuff is amazing. 3OG, Paul Ross for making all the schemes, Corey Lindsay for running the league, everybody for racing me clean and not wrecking me. That always makes it a lot more fun. My mom and dad, why not throw them in there? Dad got me into racing, and I really appreciate that because it's a big passion of mine. And yeah, that's about it. And you guys, of course, for being hilarious and making me laugh my ass off every time I watch the broadcast.
All right, Sam. Well, we appreciate the compliments, man. We look forward to seeing what you can do in the playoffs, man. We'll see you on track again soon, man.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
I'm glad he laughs and isn't upset. That could have gone either way there.
Yeah.
Right?
Gentlemen, we're gonna,
I was waiting.
run them down through the results. What a
Welcome.
really good race tonight.
That was fantastic. There's a lot of green flag and some strategy being played out. Can't ask for more, really.
Drama.
I thoroughly
Drama.
enjoyed this one.
Had a
And
couple
we
of
had a playoff
problems.
driver not even get off the grid, so that's going to shake that up for next week. Speaking of next week, Mr. Wendell,
Oh,
gonna go to the big one next week. Gonna head to Indianapolis in the Cup Series, so that's gonna be one to watch. And the B cars, well, they're gonna go slug it out at ORP, so that's also gonna be entertaining to watch next Sunday and next Monday.
okay.
What NASCAR used to do.
Yeah, back when it was fun.
And exciting.
But before then, I'll
And
get this
profitable.
right tonight, see, because we don't have to do this. We're going to Wednesday now, and not forgetting that today was Monday. So Wednesdays, next time we'll be on air, and Wendell and Trey, I believe you two will be there to call the Scars Ferrari Challenge at Kansas Road Course. So
Ooh.
come and enjoy that. It's about 3 turns, and then a lot of drafting, so that should be entertaining.
Well, I'm pretty sure I speak for Trey when I say we're looking forward to that. It's gonna be nice to have
Absolutely.
a road course on an oval.
Roval.
Roval. But again, a really solid race from these Cold Hard Art Cup Series guys tonight. 3 Wide Racing League. We'll a good race last night too, from the Nathan Young Designs B Car League. So
Without a
yeah,
doubt.
like Thomas said, we're live again Wednesday night. Some point, I don't even know what time.
8:50-ish.
8:50-ish p.m. Eastern. Be there or, well, just be there, okay? There's no excuse not to be.
Or you'll miss all the inside jokes about Austin Powers.
Oh. And, Eric Mackey. Anyway, thanks for joining us last night. Thanks for joining us again tonight. Always in the booth, Sunday and Monday. We got Thomas Boris, Matt Kingston, Trey Landry. I injected myself in there tonight. Probably not going to do that again. But for all 3 of them, myself, OCRTB, thanks you for being here. Trey, we only got one more thing to do.
See ya!